Hey, welcome to the Bangers Only podcast.
Thank you guys for stopping by, and make sure to follow us on Soundcloud and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We got new episodes coming out every Friday, so make sure you check it out.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
What's up, Clarke?
How's it going?
It's going, man. It's going. How's everyone? Right? How is everyone?
Yeah, how's everybody doing? Feel free to comment below. Let us know.
Yeah. Shoot us a text. Let us know how you're doing. I'll be honest with you, man. I'm bored.
You're bored?
I'm so bored.
I feel that's interesting because I'm like really busy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like the only thing keeping me sane is doing this podcast. Because I rarely do schoolwork anymore. I just don't. And it's tough because some professors like really want us to do work, and there's other classes where like I need to do the work to pass, but I just don't want to, or I do it all last minute anyways. But
I mean, a little bit of context. We only have, after this week, we have one more week of school and then finals. So we kind of only got a week left of like actual classes, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
How many
this
finals
year's
do you
been
have?
a wild one. Well, I have our studio recording one.
Oh, it's gonna be a joke.
And I have two other ones, so I have three.
Three.
What about you?
Three. Because my English class, we're just doing a final portfolio of all our other essays. But
Oh, that's not bad.
yeah, I had an essay due on Monday, and I kind of killed it. I'm not gonna lie. I talked about why music is important for like a child's like development and why it should be in like public school systems, because like they're getting like, because of budgets and stuff like that, they're getting rid of music programs and music education in the public schools. So I was like, you know what, let me talk about it. So I kind of killed it, not gonna lie, but we'll see what grade I get. She thinks I'm a strong writer, which I don't think I am.
Well, that's good. That's good.
But anyways, man, let's get into this.
Yes, so we're talking about two more artists this week. You saw in the title of the episode. We're talking about Lovell and Wallows.
I was actually talking to my dad about this, because I know, like, okay, when I ask you about Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? Do you say, in your mind, does it register as the Red Hot Chili Peppers or just Red Hot Chili Peppers?
That's a good question.
Because I remember I talked with this one person and they were trying to talk to me about Wallows, and she was like, "Oh, you've heard of the Wallows?" And I was like, "The Wallows? I've heard of Wallows." Like, I don't know, maybe because Wallows it's like a plural word.
I think it's Wallows.
It's just Wallows
because
you don't say
because like
Wallows.
that's what it says on like the all their like titles of their names. I guess like on Spotify.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've heard people say
Red Hot Chili Peppers is different though. I don't know why, because like I've heard it equally both.
But like no one goes out and says the Green Day or the Drake.
I mean that's kind of,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It's
whatever. Anyways, sorry. I just had to put that out there because it kind of bothers me when people say the Wallows or something. All right, let's start with Lovell, bro.
Okay. So, well, a little bit of a preface. So this week, we each chose an artist that the other person hadn't heard of. So, I chose Lovell for Adrian to delve into, and he chose Wallows for me. And I will say, just right off the bat, Lovell, he's not that serious, if I'm being honest. Like, it was kind of just, this isn't like, you know what I'm saying.
We wanted to pick two artists that their sounds and their styles of music totally contradict each other, and we felt as though these two are complete opposites. And like when you sent me the playlist with Lovell songs, I was like, oh, there's only like a couple songs, this is gonna be easy. It wasn't easy to listen to, and I'll just throw that out there right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, Night Lovell, his name is Shermar Paul, his real name. He's from Ottawa, Canada. He's mentioned it in his music a few times. He's only 22 years old. And that's about
22
all the
years
background.
young. 22 years
Yeah.
young, dude.
But yeah, that's all the background you really need on the guy.
Yeah. Why I did read that like he gets the Lovell part from his dad's middle name, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool
Yeah,
little
that is
tribute.
cool. He has a cool name. I like Night Lovell.
Night Lovell, that's actually really cool. It's tough.
Yeah,
you know?
it's nice.
Go ahead. You could talk. You could talk about
So
how you feel.
I first discovered him because one of my friends in high school actually told me about him because he had this like this friend of mine he was like kind of wealthy, so he had a really nice like sound system in his whole house. Like the speakers were like throughout the entire house, and so like we go over to his house after school and we just play music because like it was fun to listen to when like the whole house would shake when you play shit. And he's like, bro, I have something that will shake the whole house. And so he played I don't know how to pronounce this song. I've never known how, but it's called like Diere City Center or something like that. I don't
Was it on the
remember.
playlist you sent me?
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know much about like whatever that means, but
I feel like it's Dara.
that song, Dara,
Maybe.
isn't it like Diere?
It's Deira.
Diera.
Isn't it
Diera
supposed to be like
City
I
Center.
before E? Or is it E before I? I don't know.
I don't know. We're not grammar people, but
Yeah.
that song goes incredibly hard. I love that song. It's just so Night Lovell. He's a trap artist. He's very much into hard hitting 808s and music that clashes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know about this guy. Like I was really excited when I saw only 9 songs. Like, okay, like I guess he's a smaller artist with not that much music out. But then you're like, no, I only picked a few. And I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
I only picked 9 songs that I actually enjoyed. I mean, they're just songs to get hyped to, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think they get me in a mood of like, all right, I got to get something done, you know? But
Yeah.
also I was kind of angry when I was listening. I was like, I don't know. He made me like have like this like revenge kind of like attitude. Like I'm going to go avenge something for some reason.
He's an angry trap rapper.
But really, I think it's because the beats go really hard.
They do. The production is incredible, as with most Canadian artists popping off nowadays.
Yeah.
The production over there is crazy.
Yeah, like just the creativity to like, I mean, it kind of makes every song sound kind of the same when they're all going like that, but
Yeah.
they're all good. Like I'm not going to say, wow, that was pretty bad. Like I was just like, okay. Every song I was intrigued, I guess is my word I'm looking for there.
It's a lot. It's a lot though.
Yeah. I think my favorite song was Dark Light because of that vocal sample that was just the star of the whole track. And it was just like it wasn't in your face, you know? It wasn't in your face. It was there. Its presence was known. And he built around that one sample because it just starts with that one sample, you know, and he just built around it, which I thought was pretty good.
But yeah, that song was what blew him up. It was like 2014 when he released that song, and it's what kind of got him on the map. But his first album was called Concept Vague, and that's actually my favorite body of work of his. It's just like it's a really cohesive project. Like every song on there slaps pretty much. I mean, obviously I didn't send you all of them, but it's a fun project. I mean, it's not anything crazy, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people could make that project, but the production is great. Also just the tone of his voice is what really makes him stand out.
Yeah. I think what he does with his voice, I mean, it's kind of genius, you know? But I don't. It hurts to at least for me to listen because of like the EQs, you know. Because
It's sharp.
I can't tell really if he records it twice and then pans them separately, or if he just uses the same take and like copies it and then pans that, you know, because the EQs are just very off. But it's a really smart tactic when, you know, you want to make a song sound wider, you know.
He might throw a chorus on there too, you know what I mean? Like all of his songs kind of have this kind of, with his vocals at least, have this like layering effect.
Yeah.
He has a very low voice. It's interesting.
But I do like his 808s. I think his 808s are like, they're dark.
Yeah.
And it fits really well with his music. It's not like your pop, hip hop 808s. They're super like dirty and gritty. And I mean, like, I know for a fact that will make a house shake. Like
exactly.
Like when you said he has a sound system all over his house, I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
That's got to be loud, you know?
No, there was one time when, actually, you probably remember this. We went to Taco Bell with Juan.
Wait, did you play Night Lovell in the car?
Yeah, and he like lost his shit. Remember that?
Yeah.
He had like an anxiety attack.
I remember that. He was sitting in the back. He's like, we should call him. Hold on, we should call him.
Wait, okay, 1 second. Let me just finish the story. Because, so you were like, bro, just play something really hard. Play something like really hard, just like something. And I was like, okay, that. Night Lovell. And I played Dear As City Center.
Interesting.
And it was funny because don't you have subs in the back of your car?
Yeah.
And that's where Juan was sitting.
Yeah, he was sitting right behind it, basically.
Yeah, so my guy was just...
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oof.
Give him a call.
I can't right now because we're FaceTiming, and if I cut it off, then we won't talk. Yeah, no. We'll figure it out. I'll have to borrow like my sister's phone and call him or something.
Wait, I just realized I said an expletive.
Explicit. It's fine.
Have we done that before?
We've done it on accident before, and it's okay. I just checked the little box that says like explicit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
I was like,
I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not too concerned about it because I mean, I curse a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not concerned about it, dude. Don't even worry about it.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Back to this guy. So.
Yeah. Do you have any more songs that you liked or?
I really liked. I think for me, I only like Dark Light. Actually, no, I like Still Cold. The Still Cold / Pathway Private.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know. For me, it was very artistic, I feel. Just how like it ended, it just cut off, and then like he was able to incorporate like another song in there at the same time. It was a long song, wasn't it? Like, hold on, never mind. It was only like 4.5 minutes, but it was cool. But I feel like with Night Lovell, too much of him in one sitting can be a little much.
Yeah. Play him at the parties, you know.
I don't know about
play him in the car when you have the aux.
I don't know about playing him in parties. I mean, if you're trying to like turn up and like just literally like have a mosh pit. If you want to have a mosh pit, Night Lovell. I'm with that 100%. I mean. Yeah, but if you're just chilling, you know, I feel like that would kind of kill the move. Like, who's angry right now? Is someone not okay? Like, do we need to talk
a little bit? Yeah, it's kind of a meme. But he has some songs that are like, they show like artistic potential.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like he has this one song. It's called Just Tryna. And like the whole song is like this really just like trap heavy, you know, typical thing. But then in the middle, he like starts singing a little bit, and it's like pretty fire. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, it was really interesting. And then he has another song called Jamie's Sin, which is just like really different than the other stuff he's made.
Yeah, it's very. Honestly, for me, when I was listening to him, it was hard to like actually pay attention. For me, it was more background noise, which was tough. Yeah, I felt like I had to put more effort into listening to him, which could be a good thing, you know. Like,
yeah,
you make music for people to think about, not just to listen.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I feel like that's all I really got to say about Night Lovell, man.
Yeah, me too. I mean, check him out if you want to just listen to something hard, angry, just fun, you know?
Yeah. And so I think you chose Night Lovell because I was like, I want to go with an indie rock band. And you were like, okay, so what do we want to contradict that? And I said, you know what? Why don't we just get like a hard trap artist? And you're like, dude, I got the perfect guy. And
yeah,
I was like, sweet. So, you said Night Lovell. And originally I had chosen a band. And I'm so glad that I texted you that one time to like stop listening to that one because I decided to go with another band.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose Wallows.
Yes.
And Wallows is a indie rock band. They're out of LA. And I don't know if anybody knows this already, but Dylan, I think his last name is Minette, right? AKA Clay Jensen from 13 Reasons Why.
I read that and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he's one of the 3 members of Wallows. And so not only can this guy act, but he's musically talented. Like I didn't know he could sing at all. Like him and one of the other guys, I think it's the guitarist. The other guitarist, I think. They're the 2 that sing. I don't think the drummer sings. He might. I haven't seen him sing at all. But they came around in like 2017 and they released their song Pleaser. That was the first one on the playlist.
Yeah. I remember it was a great, like, I don't know if you set the playlist up like purposefully the way you did, but it started out really nice and it ended really nice.
Well,
and I will talk about like the specific songs because I wrote a lot down about songs that I liked.
But. Well, how I set the playlist up was I started with their oldest songs. Like I basically put the playlist in order of release except for their song Okay, which I dropped in the middle. And that one was released sometime this year. I think it was in like, I want to say March. No, I don't know. Let me check. It was sometime this year though, for a fact.
Okay.
But yeah, that's why I set it up like that. And just so like you can hear from start to finish where they, how they sounded in 2017 to where they sound now. Oh my gosh, my dog's barking.
That's fine.
Uh-oh. I love her. Anyways, yeah, just to see where they started, how they sounded, and then where they are now in 2020. And
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's how I like to set up the playlist, especially like whenever I send a playlist to you, is for you to like be able to hear them from top to bottom.
Yeah. They're I think just to preface, they're obviously an indie kind of alternative rock band.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's not, I mean, that's like their sound, you know? They have some, I guess when it comes to influences, I don't know if you hear the same things I do, but I hear a little bit of The Killers. Just a little bit, you know?
Yeah, well, go ahead. Sorry, cut you off.
It's all good. I was just going to say I really love their sound. It's like a very retro sound, you know?
Mm-hmm. When I was...
the stuff they put on the... Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, man. It's hard to do this over FaceTime because like there's that lag, you know? So I thought you were done talking. Go ahead, man. My bad.
I was just going to say, like, on a lot of the songs, I think they make a conscious effort to make it sound retro with, like, the effects they put on the compressed filters they put on the vocals and the kind of telephony sound, you know what I mean? It's really cool.
Yeah. When I first heard Pleaser and a lot of their other songs too, they sound like the Strokes. Like if you've ever listened to how the Strokes sound, they have with their what I heard what they do with their vocals with the Strokes is they record it. He sings into a mic that is plugged into a guitar amp, and then they mic the guitar amp with another mic, and that's how they get their sound for vocals. And
Really?
yeah, and it's super processed. Like you said, it sounds like their vocals are coming, like they're retro, and they get that quality just by, you know, putting it through a guitar amp and recording it. And that's what the Strokes do. And that's what, you know, Wallows did with some of their tracks. Some of their older stuff. A lot of their older stuff is like that. I don't really know if anything on their newer, on their recent album is like that.
That's cool.
I didn't really pay attention to that. I was just, but you know, that's what.
Is their newer album the Nothing Happens?
Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay.
And
That's
that
what I
starts
thought.
with Only Friend and goes down to Do Not Wait.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
And
What are some of your favorite songs?
my favorites? Ooh. The first song I did hear by them was Are You Bored Yet? And that one's a banger because
It is.
it's just so fun. Like you can't, if you're having a bad day, this song will pick you up. It really will.
Yeah.
And it just bounces, and it's really well produced. And having her
I like
featured,
that song a lot.
yeah, and having her featured. I
Yeah.
always want to say like Claro, right? I feel like I have to say it with an accent, but I can't roll my R's or shit, you know. I'm embarrassed about that. But my favorite songs, I like 1980s horror film 2.
I like that one.
Yeah, so they had the 1980s horror film, and that one was more like a acoustic kind of recording. And then what they did with 1980s horror film is they made it sound like an 80s song.
Right.
They
Yeah.
did it really. It's the synths, you know.
It's the synths, yeah. And what's crazy is I actually heard the second one first because I was bouncing around the playlist a little bit, and when I first heard it, I was like, "This song is like really funny," and I liked it.
It's great.
It's hilarious.
It was relatable, you know.
Yeah,
It was
it's
great.
like he's trying to, you know, hang out with a girl, and they go back to her room or whatever, and the mood's going, and then she just wants to watch like a movie or whatever.
Yeah, like she
And
was
he's
sending
like-
him all the mixed signals,
right?
and he's in his own head. He's like, I want to tell you everything that's on my mind, and I want to make you mine, you know. And then she drops the line on him. Go ahead. What was the line, Clarke?
You're asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. What was the line that she dropped at the end?
Shit, I forgot. I only listened to that song once.
Okay, it's fine. Anyways, at the end, like, you know, he says like, I want to make you mine, and she goes, I'm really not that into guys.
Oh right, yeah.
And
No,
it's
yeah,
just
I
like,
remember that.
What? And all she wanted to do was just watch that 1980s horror film, you know.
Shit was funny though.
It was so funny, and I think for me, I really like their music because their songs and their lyrics are they're like relatable situations, and like there's just things that will happen in life, and you know,
Yeah,
they
and they're young guys.
they're
I mean,
really
like,
young, you know, and I feel like they have these like coming of age vibes.
Oh yeah, that's something I noted is actually like the whole kind of theme of their music that I really got was like nostalgia and reminiscing. And they talk about a lot of young people life experiences like we're talking about, and they talk about, you know, how complicated life has become and like missing the old days or just old experiences, stuff like that we all feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some songs like that I wrote down, like Old Friend, Are You Bored Yet, obviously. Pictures of Girls.
Pictures of Girls was great.
Yeah, just like a movie. They have like a lot of their songs have those nostalgic vibes, and I love that.
Yeah. I think for me, another song I liked from them too was Pulling Leaves Off the Trees.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Because like for that song, their verses were always just continuously building. Like it was constantly building up your energy, and the chorus did not let you down. You were just jumping, and like for me, I was like having fun. I always had fun listening to that song. It's super catchy and it's upbeat. And personally, I think even in their recent album, that they did a really good job sticking to their indie sound.
Yeah.
and not only sticking to it, but improving their sound and their production quality.
Yeah.
When you compare,
their sound has evolved and in a good way.
yeah, like if you compare, Are You Bored Yet to their song Pleaser, it's a huge difference. But
Mm-hmm.
it still has that indie vibe to them, which is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And my favorite song that was on that playlist, was that playlist all of their music, by the way?
That's all their music, yeah. Super short, hour and a half.
So my favorite song of theirs was Do Not Wait. I thought it was an excellent way to close that album as well as that whole playlist of their work.
Yeah.
Because it's so like beautiful. It's very long. It's like 6 minutes or something.
I'm getting goosebumps. Hold on. Go ahead.
It has so many different layers to it. Like at the beginning, there's all these. I love layered synths. Like I put that in a lot of my music when I'm making beats. It's a very welcomed departure from their kind of typical instrumentation of heavy drums and guitar. But then it comes back to that like in the middle of the track, and but in like such a beautiful way. Like it's hard to describe, but it's like so smooth. You know what I mean?
What I liked about that song and how it ended was, yeah, they start off with their synths and they're using a lot more technology and softwares, and and they improve their production quality. But at the end, they end it with a very like raw indie type of guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they use a real instrument at the end, and that's I feel like that's them being like, we're not changing, like we're gonna, like I feel like that was just like them looking back on their journey of like these 3 years of like building a name for themselves. And I don't know, it was just it was a nice way to close out that playlist at least. And like that was the last track on the album, which I thought was really good.
It was. I loved that.
Yeah.
About how it ended.
Mm-hmm. And then I want to talk about Scrawny. Did you listen to Scrawny?
Yeah, I did listen to Scrawny.
Oh man, this is why I'm like, I don't care about if you say explicit things, because like the hook is explicit. I think it's the only explicit song on their Nothing Happens album anyways.
Oh, really?
And I liked it because like in this song, like there's a kid that he doesn't really put himself out there. He's not really like one to care about changing the way things are. He's content with just the same thing every day. And he even says like, I can't regret the things I don't try, which, in a way that is true, but you could also regret not trying things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's funny because in the hook, I believe he's singing to a girl. I hope he is. And he's telling her, come a little closer and tell me that I'm a scrawny dude with a cool hairstyle. He doesn't say dude. He says something else. I'm just going to say it. He says, I'm a scrawny motherfucker with a cool hairstyle,
Yeah.
And that's all he wants her to say. And then later on, he says, you don't like my clothes, but you still like my smile. It's just funny because, like, I feel like this girl, she's into him because of who he is. And, but, like, she would rather these things change. She wants him to be more out there. I feel like she's the extrovert and he's the introvert.
Yeah.
But opposites attract, right?
Exactly.
I don't know. For me, like, I feel like that kind of like defines the coming of age sound and type of music they like to make.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah. But Wallows.
Yeah, Wallows. Thank you for putting me on.
Yeah, dude. I'm glad you liked them. I took a risk because if you didn't like them, I would have been really sad. I really would have been sad.
I really like them. I don't think like if you really thoroughly enjoy a musician or a band, I don't think I would dislike them because like we both have like refined taste in music, I guess. Like we take time to listen and pick out things we like. So
yeah. But yeah, man, I'm really glad that you liked him. Night Lovell is cool. Like I know he's in my arsenal of music to like whip out when someone says put something hard on. Like when I want to like just rage in my room for no reason, I'm just gonna blast it. And when I want to chill and I'm gonna hang out with some friends, I'm gonna play Wallows because why not?
Yeah. And I mean, maybe in following weeks definitely in following weeks I will choose more in-depth artists, that have more to their sound than just heavy 808s and
exactly
trap noises.
But I mean, I recommend Wallows 100%. I recommend Night Lovell too because obviously they have different sounds. If you decide to go check them out, just be prepared that it's a complete 180 in sound.
Maybe to the moms out there, I'm not really recommending Night Lovell.
No, don't listen to it. Mom, don't listen to Night Lovell. You will not like it.
Exactly.
But yeah, I feel like next week I want to do like someone big.
Okay.
I feel like we should. At this point.
We should. We're at this point,
mm-hmm.
where we can go into the massive celebrities and pick apart their music and their discographies.
Yeah, I'm down to pick apart someone. I don't know who yet. We'll talk about it in a bit.
We'll talk about it. No spoilers.
But anyways, that's gonna do it for Night Lovell and Wallows. Hope you guys go check them out, listen to them. Let us know what you think. If you guys like these episodes of two artists that are just complete opposites, like let us know. We'll continue to do them. If there's anything if there's a specific, I can't say specific, dude. It hurts. I don't know why. If there's a specific artist that you want to hear, let us know. We'll think about it. But,
yeah, that'd be great to get recommendations, because then it's not just, completely our taste.
Yeah.
It's more the community.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thank you guys for checking out another episode. This will be episode 4, so the 4th week. That means we would have been doing this for a month.
Yeah.
About, I guess, the month of April.
Hey, it's our 1 month anniversary of Bangers Only.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So thanks to everyone who's been here since episode 1. I know we're only on episode 4, but still, like, I appreciate if you listen. Yeah. I always love hearing feedback from everyone too. It's great.
Yeah.
It feels good.
For sure.
And the constructive criticism. That's always good.
Exactly.
But anyways, that's going to be it. I think that's all I have to say right now.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. Go check out those artists. Thank you guys again for listening.
So till next week, I'm Adrian.
I'm Clarke.
See ya.
Peace.